Welcome back to the event. We have arena changes, league criteria adjustments. So they just posted. Let's go ahead and look at it. It is mainly for arena, not RTA. So obviously, arena has been this season and last season. They did change arena in terms of how it worked. Last season, obviously, you could just hide away, but they did get rid of that this season. But in terms of that, after that, they did change it in terms of the top 3 being able to be found, or people in Legend not being able to camp anymore. They got rid of that, and they made it more accessible to find us in the higher leagues, which is quite nice. But now they have more stuff they really want to implement. They did say this before. So let's talk about it. So, following the matchmaking improvements implemented on January 21st, we will be making additional adjustments to arena victory points and league criteria. Again, our biggest complaint was that they could have changed was going to be streaking, how many points we do lose, and how many points we do gain from streaking, pretty much, right? That's really about it in terms of changes. Obviously, weekly changes, weekly resets will be better. If they want to go back to that, we prefer that's more fun that way, compared to the way it is now, where you could just push it a week, and how much you do farm, you can pretty much just AFK the rest of the season. Like, I'm already done. I'd not even touch an arena. Again, I don't care if I get ranked 2 or 3. Don't really care. Derper's getting first. Gonna let him get first, so he get actually first for his first time second time Hall of Fame. But his first time getting first place. I already got first, second, and third. I don't really care what I get, as long as it's top 3. So let's look at this. So these changes will affect mid-season. Okay, we'll kind of ask for understanding and patience as we work to enhance the system as possible. So they're going to be adjusting the league criteria in terms of points. Obviously, so Legend 1 is going to be 6,500 and all this. Again, these points are kind of whatever. I don't think it's that much of a difference. Yes, it's 500 for basically Emperor and up. I don't mind that at all for Emperor. The Legend points don't really matter, honestly. I want to be honest here, because these points don't really matter, because since it doesn't reset weekly, people can't even get their Legend Skystones. So it's a bit complicated still, right? Again, I don't mind this change. I like it, but it doesn't really do anything because we don't weekly reset. This only really impacts like the first week, but even the first week, it doesn't even matter, because if the person who wants the Legend 1 Skystones can't push a couple days, they're never gonna get it. Because obviously, whoever goes for top 3, they're going to be far ahead of that. So again, I don't mind the change. I think it's a good change, but I don't think it really does anything, right? So to address cases where players meet the ranking conditions, again, this is important because obviously there are problems where there are people like ranked. Let's say they have the rank position, but they're still somehow in champion, not really considered Emperor. So therefore, they're losing out on Skystones. But their season points remain the same and all that. So it didn't really make any sense. They're losing out on Skystones just because of the way the system is. They were not at a certain criteria in terms of points. So let's see what they say here. To address cases where players meet the ranking conditions, but lack the necessary victory points to advance to higher leagues, we are adjusting the victory point requirement for each league. That's what they're doing. I was hoping they did more than that, but okay. Based on that from the previous season, we have uniformly adjusted the required victory points to prevent vacant spots in the Legend and Emperor leagues, with the changes instances of players meeting ranking conditions but failing to advance due to insufficient points to be significantly reduced. Again, I do agree with that. We shall see how this really plays out. Again, it's going to be updated on 3.13, same thing as the Guild War patch. I think it's going to be very, very good. We'll see if it really affects it or not. I think 6,000 is still quite high. I'm going to look right now in terms of arena. How many people ended at 6,000 last week? I don't really think that many people ended 6,000. So right now, there was only 15. Rank number 15 was 6,001. Everyone else is still going to be considered Champion 1. Even with this new point system, it's still going to be 15 people, Emperor and above. So again, it's a bit... Actually, no, wait. No. Alright, so basically, 6,000 points is going to be the Legend. Okay, so Emperor starts at 5,900. So by this new system, there should be a lot of people all the way from rank 15th all the way to rank 44. Because rank 44, they are at 5,500. That's Emperor. They are correct. It is going to be increasing. So rank 44 right now is where Emperor cutoff would have been last week. And then everyone else will be Champion 1. Again, they are correct. It is going to reduce it is going to fill the vacant spots, which is nice. I like it still. It's a step in the right direction. I'll say that right now. I think it's a step in the right direction. So, next, with the extension of the Arena Victory Point reset. Additional adjustments have been made, including modifications to the streak bonus to allow victory points to increase more gradually. However, after continuous mod Arena player data, we observe while the average attack success rate remains high, the loss of victory points from failed defenses often outweighs the gains from successful attacks. Correct. Making it difficult for players to increase their points steadily. To address this, we will be slightly increasing the victory points gained for victories and slightly reducing the victory points lost from the defeat from players in Champion League and above. Okay, so point difference. At 200, if we win a defense, we get 5. This is before. And if you lose, negative 15. So keep that in mind. Obviously, Champion, 6, minus 14. Emperor, 6, minus 14. Legend, 7, and minus 13. So this is going to be after. So, after in terms of Challenger and below, if you win a defense, you get 5, and then you lose 15. Okay. Champion, you win 7, you lose 13. Okay. Emperor, you win 7, you lose 13. Okay, it's a point difference. You gain a point here. We gain a point in the win, and we lose a point in the loss. Okay, not too bad. Legend is going to be 7 win, and then in terms of a loss, it is going to be minus 12. It's not that, it's pretty good actually, because when I look down here in terms of the win and loss, for 200 point difference, if you win a defense, you get 9, but you only lose 10. That's pretty good. I like that. I actually like that quite a bit. Because currently right now, if we win 9, we lose 11. It's not too shabby. But this does 1 point. Actually, just 1 point don't really make that much of a difference in terms of Legend. Emperor does see a big difference. In terms of a win and a defense, you do get 11 points. In terms of a loss, you only lose 9. I actually like the Emperor more than I like the Legend. I thought this was good, but the more I think about it, when I look at the Emperor, I'm like, wow, this is pretty good, you know. And yeah, it's pretty good. If this was like 10 points, we win, and we lose like 8, I think that'll be better. But again, it's a step in the right direction compared to, it's a 1 point difference pretty much for Legend, so it's not really that much of a difference. But if you're Emperor, it's pretty good. I like this win-loss ratio better in Emperor than I do like the Legend. I will say that. Because like I said, you win at 11, and you only lose 9. It's pretty good. Please note that the plan improvements are still undergoing internal testing and may be subject to change before the final update. We will apologize for any confusion caused by these mid-season adjustments. After implementation, we will continue monitoring victory point trends and league achievements to make further improvements if necessary. Again, I'm not really touching Arena right now. I'm pretty much done. I can AFK the rest of the season. So, I'm not going to see much of a difference here in terms of the points. I won't really notice it until next season, unless I push again. Right, I will make a video on that. I'll probably push just to make a video on it. But I will say I am happy about the Emperor changes. This looks better. I would prefer this for Legend, but we'll see how it is because it's really only 1 point difference. 9 to 10. I was expecting more of a change. Like I was like, oh, I saw Emperor. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Even Champion, it's pretty good. 13, and you only lose 7. I'm like, okay. But then you go to Emperor 11 to 9, still good. And then when you go over here to win loss, it is 9 and then minus 10. Again, I don't know how I feel with the Legend. I really like the Emperor though. I wish the Legend was less than 10. But overall, again, it's a step in the right direction. They are trying to change Arena. Again, it's very hard to change it. I don't know how they would really tackle the whole problem because, again, yes, whoever goes for top 3, they have to use Sky Stones. But that's always been how it's been ever since day 1. Whoever won in top 3, you're going to have to spend time. Yes, Rush Hour existed and all that back then, but it's a little bit more different nowadays. Because nowadays, if you just push so much in one day or one week, you are pretty much done. So, we'll see. They really didn't touch a base in terms of streaking, right? Because this is basically adjustments for wins and losses. If you win, you get 9. Then you lose 10. I guess, again, we shall see. The loss of points from failed defense often outweighs the gains for successful attacks. Yeah, we'll see how this really plays out. Again, I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference compared to before. 7 to 12. 713. Again, it's very marginal. We'll see if it makes that much of a difference. But again, I like the Emperor more than I like the Legend. But that's me personally. Let me know down below what you guys think. Again, we'll see how it really plays out more in the next season. Not so much this season, because I'm pretty much done pushing. So I could really give you good confirmation later on. But other than that, though, thank you guys for watching the video. Again, we get this update on the 13th. The 13th is going to have a big update day. And it's going to be the Guild War changes as well as this. Again, I do like this Lake Point changes. It does allow more people inside Emperor. Like I said right now, there will currently be 44 people in Emperor or above. If we were going off of last week, and the current system right now, we only have 15 people Emperor and above. So that is a big increase, and I actually like that. Again, it's a step in the right direction. I wish they did mention streaking, but they didn't really touch base on that. They're mainly talking about in terms of your wins and losses and all that. But overall, again, I think it's a step in the right direction. We'll see if they update more. But I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, just adjustments at all. For me personally, I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. But the victory points needed to reach usually, good change. I'm still, just point adjustments is whatever. But other than that, though, I will see you guys later on, and peace out.